Hey, this is Basketball Talk 77, and today's video is my playoff predictions West first round part 1. And today, in this video, we're going to be doing two different matchups, two different series, Lakers-Blazers and Rockets-Thunder. Both played last night, and so it's a little bit late, but it's early enough in those series that I think that it has lots of credibility. So, let's just, if you're not aware of the point system, I will be giving myself points for every series I predict correctly. 1 point for each series in the first round, 2 for the second, 5 for the conference finals, and 15 for the finals. And any points I get will be multiplied by 2 if I get the correct number of games. So, anyway, a lot of my predictions are looking correct. I definitely think that my prediction that the Bucks would win 4 is obviously not gonna happen, but perhaps they can still win the series, and so it's not completely ruined. Anyway, here are the choices I've made so far, and if you'd like to see why I made those choices, just click in the upper right corner, and you can see my last video, East First Round Part 2, or if you want to start at the very beginning of this series, East First Round Part 1, now it's up. So anyway, that's all I have for an intro. So let's jump into the video with our first matchup, Lakers-Blazers. Now, with this matchup, it's definitely closer than a 1-8 series should be. Now, really the Trailblazers should be a higher seed than what they are, simply because Jusuf Nurkic, one of their best players, both for their post offense and defense, has been gone for most of the year, and you'd think he'd come back having to take some time to get back to his status as almost a star, but he came back ready completely, and right from the get-go, he's been amazing for them. So maybe they could have already been higher than the 8th seed and say like the 4th seed or 3rd seed if they'd had him all year. And so they're definitely a powerful 8th seed. And then you take the Lakers, who are the exact opposite. They're a bit of an underpowered 1 seed because in the bubble, at least for the games I've seen them play, they haven't been doing that well. They had a great first game back against the Clippers, but after that, besides some games where they were good, like their game against the Jazz, Anthony Davis has just been okay, in my opinion, and same with LeBron James, and they've lost to a lot of teams. I mean, same with a lot of other high seed, good record teams. Bucks haven't done that well, but it's a little bit different for the Bucks. Obviously, they lost their game 1, but they can just get back into playoff rhythm. The Lakers are almost worst in almost all of their categories, or a lot of major categories, and they just have not been doing well. And their three-point shooting, which was already a problem, has gotten even worse. So this series, as I recap, shouldn't be as close as it is because we have some special circumstances. But I'm gonna call it Lakers in 6. Now, the reason I'm saying it like this, the reason I'm going Lakers in 6 is even with that, we still don't know what's gonna happen because LeBron James, 1, is still great, even if he's not at 100%, and usually he gets back to that 100% by the playoffs. So I imagine towards the end of this series, he may have ramped up more to that 100% we're seeing. And Anthony Davis, although he hasn't been playing the best, is still pretty consistent and is still pretty good. And Jusuf Nurkic is a good defender. However, I think Anthony Davis will still have good games. I just think the Lakers have more pieces. Will it be a close series? Yes. Will it be an entertaining series? I definitely think so. But in the end, by the end of the series, the Lakers are going to have probably a high-level LeBron. Anthony Davis is going to be ready. And let's just remember that Damian Lillard, it's Dame time. He's really good, but he just spent a lot of the team spent a lot of their energy trying to get into those games. Jusuf Nurkic played heavy minutes. CJ McCollum played heavy minutes with a broken vertebrae in his back, which although isn't dangerous, still hurts. And Damian Lillard having like back-to-back 50-plus point games, that's a lot of energy that they exerted to get into this 8th seed spot. And that could also hurt them, just fatigue from all that hard playing. And so, with all these factors, I'm going to say Lakers in 6. However, it will be quite entertaining. My next matchup is Rockets Thunder. And in my opinion, this is Rockets in 7. And it's going to be a little interesting because the Rockets won game 1 of this series. But I think with Russell Westbrook out for the first 3 games at least, I think actually at some point in the series, Rockets are going to fall down 3-1. Now that might not be right, but I think that James Harden is going to get a little bit tired from having to carry the offense by himself. And when Russell Westbrook originally comes back, James Harden will be tired and Russell Westbrook won't be 100%. And so I think that with Russell Westbrook gone, games 2 and 3 will go to the Thunder, and then game 4 will go to the Thunder as well. But then after that, the Rockets will be at full strength, play really well, and win 5, 6, and 7, and they'll win the series in 7. Now you got 2 of the best offensive players in the league, Russell Westbrook and James Harden, and the three guard lineup that the Thunder have is one of the best in the league. But that, I mean, the two guard lineup that the Rockets have is almost as good. And this kind of battle of the guards is definitely going to be interesting and very emotional, as Russell Westbrook will be playing in the playoffs, the team that he spent almost his entire career with. So it'll definitely be pretty interesting, that series. But I just think that the Rockets have overwhelming offensive talent, and the Thunder are up there, but I think that there's nothing much more to say about it. I just think the Rockets will come up on top in the end. So that's the video. Those are the 2 matchups that I'm doing for this video. And of course, soon West First Round Part 2 will come out with the final 2 series of the first round. If you like this video, give it a like, and if you want to see that West First Round, then subscribe and turn on notifications, because I'll be posting that soon. And we'll be following along with the playoffs all the way until my second round video and see how many points I can get in these rounds and how much I screw up with my playoff predictions. So you can follow it with me, and I'll be posting soon. So hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.